Colin. Good evening, Colin. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine, mate. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that when this does go live, because I've pulled up the stream for us so I can keep an eye on comments, that my iPad isn't too loud and doesn't deafen everyone.
It's all good.
Give me a second on that one.
Not a problem, not a problem.
Well, nobody at home wants deafening, so we'll try and get that right. Because of course we always have to have everybody's comments. There we go. Right, so we're not deafening anyone now. We are good. Right, so we haven't got any comments just yet, but I'm sure it won't be long before somebody says something. And we have our ready up, so we shall be going shortly. Ooh. Oh. Those neck's a bit stiff there. The first thing we need to know is what the weather conditions are going to be like, because being as it's Great Britain, anything can happen weather-wise, as we saw last season.
Yes!
Rain at the end of the race, which actually completely ruined my race. So, I think we was coming towards the end of the race and it started to rain, and I tried to pit too late, and I ended up in a wall. So, anything can happen at Britain.
For some reason, I cannot post the link into the YouTube page. So, yeah.
Well, then I'm sure if you have
I have messaged Chloe, and we've got 2 people on already. One of them being you.
Yep, one will be me. It'll always be me, because as always, I keep an eye on comments until something happens in the race, and then I completely forget about keeping an eye on comments. You know.
As per usual, yeah.
And we're not doing too bad actually. Normally the stream's about 10 seconds behind. It's about 7 behind tonight, which is good.
Ah, so tidy. Oh, we've got dry quali.
Yeah, well we have dry quali 1. We don't know what's going to happen for the rest until somebody pops up with a comment telling us just what the weather's going to be like. Which I would be quite surprised if it's not Teabag, because I know Teabag's out there tonight.
Yeah, it'll most probably be Teabag.
Yeah,
Hounds, let me know. And it is 100% dry.
Ooh, that's nice.
That is quite nice. Now, let's get everything.
We'll have the same look on Sunday.
And I believe it is Teabag who is first out. Either that or it is... No, it is Colpy. It is Colpy, the main man himself, always out first.
Yeah, he does like to go out pretty early, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Get my stuff set up so I can keep an eye on people. We've got Warrior Hunt coming out and Steven out. I saw a Mercedes coming out too.
Yeah. Yes, you can, and that is Scotty 15.
Yeah, all it was, it hadn't actually said he was on his out lap yet. It slightly confused me.
1 second.
His helmet, and I was racing Wednesday night, and we had another incident with no helmet, and it was Kieran.
Huh?
Wednesday night, we were racing Wednesday night, and we had an incident of no helmet again, so that was still in the game. It was actually Kieran with no helmet, which amused the hell out of our commentators. Just the same as it does us.
As Colpy now comes through Maggots and Beckett.
Yeah, we're about getting ready to get on our first flying lap then with Colpy.
Yeah. Oh, I love Great Britain.
I do apologise, I've still got a little bit of a cough that I've had for the last few weeks.
Ah.
I think I'm just about coming off the back of this bug that I've had since about Thursday 2 weeks ago, so...
Oh. Right, Colpy coming round.
Bit of a tickle.
And we have Colpy on his first flying lap.
And it looks like we've got a few cars just running really slowly around Stowe. Maybe trying to just find a bit of clean air for themselves. Just seeing it on the map. I think it may have been Stephen actually.
Right.
So that was a 27.649, sector 1 for Cool.
I did miss that, I'm afraid.
I'm just going to drop back onto one of the cars further back and see what theirs is.
All good.
I'll just drop back with Scott to see what his sector 1 time shows up as. And thinking it's going to be a little bit slower looking at this.
So,
6 is into the 27.8 for Scott.
As Colby now goes through Maggots and Beckett.
He took a lot of that corner there. I'm surprised
He did.
No, I don't mean Colby there. I was actually Scott as he was coming round. Is it Luffield or is it 154? He cut a lot of the corner, and I thought he was going to invalidate, but he hasn't. He was very lucky on that one.
As Colby just comes through, I believe it's Club, the final corner.
Can't remember.
Club corner, yes, it is Club.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
And it's a 128.3. And Warrior Huntsman does a 28 flat.
Yeah.
We'll just pop on with Cammy Mo, who is at Maggots and Beckett.
Yeah, but he has invalidated as well, and I don't think he had the fuel for another lap because he was flashing a lot on his fuel gauge there.
As we just come up the hanger straight and into Stowe.
Got slightly confused and I scrolled down the order and I seem to have stopped on a Red Bull. I was trying to see what Sociopath was doing on his outlap. You know, being a Williams counterpart, I thought I'd have a little nosy what he's doing, and
yeah,
I was still watching a Red Bull and I'm like, why is he in a Red Bull? Switched away, switched back.
And it's a 128.3 for Cammy Mo as well. Sorry for cutting across here.
No, it's alright. My flicking across, I think it had actually stopped on Cameron Porter's Red Bull, just in front, just ahead of Sociopath in the time on board. That was what confusing there. I'm talking to Cameron, he's just doing 27.555.
As we just come into Arena, as it's called. No, it's not. No, that was Cops. Never mind. Ignore me. I've had a long day.
Oh, that was a big wide day from tyres through the top.
And we have got a yellow flag, and he has backed out. So
yeah,
we'll have a look at Kane Lowry.
I was going to say there, with Matthias being very, very wide there at Cox, is as I believe, as same as last season, if people are violating cops like that, they can incur penalties. And
into Vale and Club.
Doing that.
And it is a 128.3 for Kane Lowry. A lot of 123s popping up. As Sociopath takes purple first sector, yeah.
I didn't actually see the time, but that was a purple first sector.
And that was going into Woodcote.
And we've just had a good evening, guys, from Robin Van OS, which I think is Osso, is it not?
Yes, that is Osso Bosso. Good evening, Osso. And into Maggots and Beckett for Sociopath. It does. Very nice from Sociopath out of Beckett.
104.2 there for his second sector.
As we now come up to Stowe.
He's doing a pretty good lap here.
He is.
High up the order.
Around the final corner, and it's a 128.2. That puts him P4.
P4. I was going to say he's hovering around the top 3 actually, with the time he was on.
And we're just following Matey Boy. As Schnitzy goes into the 127.
He's just said, yes I am Osso Bosso, mate, with a... Brilliant.
As Matey Boy is now going up the hill towards Stowe.
I'm actually going to jump on board with Teabag, who's just coming through Maggots and Beckett's on his outlap. So
very nice.
See how Teabag gets on. And then give him some abuse later.
Into Vale and Club. And it's a 128.6 for Matey Boy. So now I'll go on to my Mercedes counterpart.
Which one's that then, Scott?
That is Scott, yes.
I'm still in the pits as I look at the screen now, actually.
Yep. He's just come through Luffield and onto the straight towards Cops.
That's turn 4, he's just coming around, so...
Into Beckett. And through Chapel and up towards Stowe. And there is a couple slow moving cars going through Stowe.
There was a couple going towards Luffield as well. There was a...
And into Vale we go. Round Club. And he crosses the line with a 128.2. So now I'll pop on with Paranoid, who is going through Maggots and Beckett.
Yep, that's exactly where Teabag is now. He's going through Maggots and Beckett.
Yep, he's just behind Paranoid. So whether Teabag, will he be able to get the toe?
That was a 104.9. No, I think he's a little bit far back for the toe.
And into Stowe. And round Club.
Oh, Teabag's just invalidated.
And it's a 128.5 for Paranoid.
That's unlucky for Teabag there, but it was actually a 29 as well, so that wasn't a great lap from Teabag. But of course, because he invalidated so late as well, he's actually invalidated his next lap, so he's going to have to come in and go out again, I believe.
And that is a purple sector 1 for Osso. As we...
That'd explain why Osso's commenting as well. He's actually racing tonight. I didn't even notice he's out there in a Red Bull.
Yeah. As we now go through Cops. Oh, big wide from Osso.
Well,
into Cops.
Repeat that comment, but Jack Slater said he forgot he's got a full quali ban today.
Ah. But also is going to carry on with his lap.
So he won't be going out then, but he hasn't set time anyway, so as long as he confirms his setup, he's fine as he is.
And also invalidates going through Stowe.
He's doing it on purpose, honestly. He don't want to help out anyone who's not Williams, that's what it is.
And Colby is at the minute going through Luffield.
We did also have a couple of other comments as well. Somebody called the Hard Style, which I'm not sure who that is, but
that is part of the Osso zone, as Hound says la la la.
I'm saying Hound says la la la. I'm not sure why, other than it's just Stephen being weird, but...
Yep, it's Steve. As Colby just goes through Cops and into Maggots and Beckett.
At least his language tonight is better than his language on Sunday.
Oh, no, let's not talk about Sunday. It's a new week.
Yeah, let's not talk about Hound's language on Sunday either.
As Colby takes purple sector 2.
I heard what he called me when I overtook
and
him.
Into Stowe. Yeah, that was my fault.
Yes, I know that was your fault.
It's always one of the Dan's faults.
I'm sitting there going, well, but we can hear you, Stephen.
And it's a 127.9 for Colby.
Talking of Stephen, we do have the other Stephen out on the track, so where is he at? He is just coming to the end of sector 2, so we'll see what time he puts in sector 2 there, and that's a 104.1, which is a purple middle sector.
Let's go on a lap of Great Britain with Hound. As we now come through Vale and Club.
Yes, he's just ahead of Stephen that I'm actually on board with myself, so.
As we now cross the line.
Stephen does a 28 flat, which is good enough for 5th place. There's some good times out there today.
There is. As
We've got 3 in the 27s, and then a lot of people in the 28s.
Just come through arena with CDR Elite Hound.
Well, and let's put it this way. I was just saying about those in the 28s. So Almond was P4 and Huntsman was P5, with 100th of a second splitting them. And
Yes.
Stephen has managed to plant himself and bang slap it in between them. 5,000 slower than Almond and 5,000 faster than Warrior. Who's
As we
then
now...
got Sociopath 2,000 slower than him.
We now go through Cops and into Maggots and Beckett.
As Kieran would say, they are not very well socially distanced.
No, they are not.
4 people covered by 12 thousandths of a second. That's impressive.
And Steve's invalidated, but we'll carry on. Into Stowe.
Another purple middle sector as well.
And I believe Steve will go for another lap. Into Club. No.
Oh, that was a lot of corner he took there.
And it would have been a 129.6.
And that's a 27.7, which is put him in P3.
As I know on with Cameron Porto, who's just coming up to left field.
I'm just having a look around to see who's back out on outlap. So, T-Bag's just coming to the end of his outlap, and he needs to put in a lap time.
And he takes a purple sector 1. Cameron Porter. Very close.
Well,
as we now go through Cops.
That was quite a tight line there through Luffield. I've just watched it back on the stream.
It was a bit, yeah.
It's surprising how many people actually take Cops still in 8th gear.
I do.
As I come to it, what I do is I lift very, very slightly on the throttle, and I mean doing very slightly, and then I flick it down to 7.
So, yeah. And I believe
that's
Cameron, yeah.
Staying on track. And I didn't see the time, but T-Bag just purpled sector 1. As I look back at it, from what I was saying to you just then, I saw a purple sector 1 that I completely missed the time.
Very nice. And I'm going to go back on with Hound. Hound's just got up the way.
He ran out of fuel.
Yeah. I'm going to pop on with Ronansaurus. So he's doing as he goes through Arena.
T-Bag going down straight after Maggots and Beckett, and coming up to Stowe.
And into Luffield with a 27.8 first sector.
And that is all 3 sectors yellow flag. Oh, a bit slow on the uptake of the throttle there coming out of the penultimate turn. But he does a 30.5, which is the slowest time we've had. So I do believe he's going to go for another. Or he's going to have to go for another anyway, or he's out.
As we go through
2 minutes to go, he won't have time to get back in and out again.
Maggots and Beckett with Ronansaurus.
Big wobble there at turn 4.
Who is that?
T-Bag. And I'm not sure if he's... No, he's still going. I wondered for a second there. He seemed really slow. I wondered if he backed out.
Into Stowe from Ronansaurus. Into Vale. And Club. And it is a 128.6.
We are going to lose T-Bag then because he doesn't have time to get back in and out again.
Ah.
Out of his lap. So we've lost Jack Slater and T-Bag for definite, and it's looking like we're going to lose Elite Hound as well.
Yeah, Also's just about to come through Maggots and Beckett.
Where are we at? Mayspin is just coming around Cops, so we'll see what his sector 2 time is.
Also is not hanging about.
Well, that's good and bad, I suppose. You know, he's a Williams driver, but he's not in a Williams tonight.
No.
He's actually retired from session in P3. He's quite happy with that. I think what it is Hound's
as Huntsman
in Quali 1, just so as he matches Kieran.
Yeah, and also now it's on the timing board.
I actually missed Mayspin's sector 2 time because I was too busy amusing myself.
Also Bosso invalidated first sector.
Is good enough for 11th.
That is also Bosso out as well.
So as it stands then, the only person who could possibly save himself is Rhinosaurus, and he's 3/10 down. So I do.
And he's also invalidated.
And yeah, he's invalidated as well. So that is our rock guys then. Wow, that was really wide coming out of the last turn there. So we're losing Rhinosaurus, Bosso, Elite Hound, Teabag, and Jack Slater, who had a quali ban anyway. So that's our first 5 to go. And quite impressively, we've had nobody crash.
No. As I'm just going to pop on with...
for people losing it, especially at turn 1.
Yes.
It's one of those corners you take flat, and if you just
and it is
grab the curb wrong, it throws you.
I believe Mayspin has backed out.
Yeah, it may spin. It doesn't matter. He's safe anyway, so he need not go for it. Same with the likes of J-Doy, Cameron,
yeah,
Warrior Huntsman. They're all on. Well, actually, Warrior's backed out his lap anyway. What we didn't notice, or I didn't notice, I don't know if you said it, was Warrior Huntsman actually went fastest.
Yeah, I was going to say it, but I didn't want to cut across you.
Yeah, I've only just noticed that he actually went fastest. Cameron's actually out on a set of mediums.
Probably just scrubbing them in.
I'm going to say maybe he's just scrubbing them in ready for
Q2.
Yeah. Oh well, that's definitely not a good thing to see.
What's that?
In the Williams chat, I think that is it Mad Dog, something like that. He's just said it's impossible to drive with his pad right now in Q1. Sorry, in Tier 1, and it's just stopped turning mid corner. Oh, that's going to be a problem for the Williams boys then for the weekend.
Might possibly be. Right, I'll be back now in 2 seconds.
Munch your clock. For anyone who doesn't know what Baby Dan's like, it'll be munch your clock. He does like to go and grab a munch when he's not grabbing sheep. So, as we said before, the ones we're losing is Jack Slater, who couldn't set a time with the quali ban. We're losing Teabag, Elite Hound, Bosso, and Rhinosaurus from Q1. There's a lot of people in the 28s. I mean, Matey Boy only got ahead of Rhinosaurus by around about 0.06 of a second. There was not a lot actually in that. So it was quite close to people actually getting through rather than going out. This cough today is killing me, honestly. Also equals almost out. Brilliant. Well, also, if you're not driving, you can always sit here in the comments like everyone else does. The comments are a bit quiet tonight because we've got no Kieran. He's usually sitting here commenting. And unusually, Teabag's not commenting. He usually likes to have a good comment too. Usually trying to mock the co-coms. He likes to do that. Under pressure? Nah. I know what it is. They're... Also, you just don't want to do well for Red Bull. That's what it is. Don't want to give them points. Save all your point scoring for Williams. While those two coming out the pit lane there are quite close together. That's Matthias and who is the other one? I think it's Sociopath. Yes, it is. It's Sociopath.
Yeah, it's not Munch o'clock, Colin.
Is it Sheep o'clock then?
Maybe. I won't tell a tale.
Mate, it has to be either Munch or Sheep. It's the only two things you Welsh are interested in. Especially you.
It's not just those.
There's not many other things I can think you're interested in.
Right, I'm following Kane Lowry as we go through cops. No, it's not Cops. Yeah, it was Cops. Never mind. And into Maggots and Beckets. Funny enough. Oh no, it's Huntsman.
Make up your mind. So I do believe Sociopath was actually first out, just ahead of Matthias. Well,
No.
I could be completely wrong. Oh no, I actually must have missed.
No, it's Cameron Porter.
I must have missed about 4 calls coming out there completely. I was too busy amusing myself by mocking you. So.
Ah, of course he was.
So there we go. That is Cameron on his first flying lap.
Yeah, and I just realised I haven't got my lap data or telemetry up. I just got a map.
Don't worry, I've done the same thing. So we've actually got a few people going out on the mediums and a few out on the softs. So let's see what happens. I mean, Socio's out on mediums.
Schnitzy's out on softs.
Armand's on softs. Cameron's on softs. Macebin's on mediums. Kane Lowry's on softs. Huntsman, Cammy, and Paranoid are all on outlaps on mediums. Culp is on a lap on mediums, and Matthias is out on softs. We do have a few still in the pits, which is Matey Boy and J-Doy. They're both on mediums, and
TOG Stephen.
Yeah,
As Cameron Porter just comes through Cops.
So we've got quite a mixed bag when it comes to choices of tyres today.
We do. I always use the Friday as like a test in a way to see what tyres I should be going on for Sunday. As Cameron Porter picks up Purple Sector 2.
I'll be honest, I know what tyres I'll be going on. Anything that isn't hard tyres.
Yes.
I like hard tyres.
Well, at China they wasn't too bad.
I'll be honest, most of the time when I race, I tend to use something like...
And it's a 128 flat.
Or soft, medium, medium, or something like that. I will add in an extra pit stop on purpose just to avoid mediums.
Do you mean avoiding hards?
Sorry, avoiding hards, because I can never seem to get the time on the hards that I can get on the mediums.
Yeah.
My medium tyres are usually within 3/10, maybe 4/10 of my softs. Like, you know, I'm usually not a million
miles
away
off,
from
no.
behave. But when it comes to the hard tyres, I can just never make them behave, so I just don't bother. Like,
That's fair enough.
avoid them at all costs.
As Matthias picks up provisional P14 Q2
Yeah.
with a 127.924.
Guys are set. I mean, there's a couple of low 28s in there, but they are on mediums, so you know, if they were on softs, they'd be well into the 27s. In fact, they'd probably be faster than Matthias if they were on softs as opposed to mediums.
Yeah.
So,
as we're just following Paranoid up to Stowe.
I was actually still on board with Cameron, but he's actually backed out, so I'm actually going to jump on board with Scott. He is on his outlap, and he's just coming to the end of Sector 1, so it'll be a little while till he actually does anything, I think.
No, Scott's on his...
No, he was actually on the lap, and it was 27.7, I think it was.
And I think Paranoid set at 128.888.
The game must have been slightly delayed. After he'd started his Sector 1, it still said outlap when I switched over onto him.
Yeah.
I thought he was actually on his outlap, but he wasn't. He'd actually just started his flying lap. It's just the game being slow again. Oh, that was really good.
Macebin set 128.3. Schnitzy quite high again. A 127.9. And Sociopath is going for another lap.
Of course, this cough tonight.
Yeah, yeah, whatever you do, don't cough like a goose.
Don't intend to.
Good. Because I've got this joke where swans are geese and geese are swans. It's confusing. Yeah, it's strange and confusing. But in my mind, I've said it that much that it's just got to the point where it just seems normal. A Sociopath picks up a Purple Sector 1, and we go...
Just quickly double checking something there with...
Go through Woodcote. Yeah.
I am actually still on board with Scott, but he's actually invalidated his lap.
And into Cops.
Fine for no reason at all. And another one He's just throwing all the signs everywhere, just making an absolute mess. But it's okay because it's not the boards that tell people when to slow down. It's just the advertisement boards.
As Sociopath goes through Stowe, and also saying Sunday I'll put in a 1:28.2. That's all I got. And
well,
into
if his race pace is better than his quali pace, then.
And he also says, Colin, you joining the Williams train Sundays?
Yeah, you know me, I'm always there in the end.
Scotty 15's literally just taken out the advertisement boards.
That's what I said, he's just going around violating advertisement boards.
No, Scott!
Slow down boards, Scott, come on. I mean, advertisement boards are one thing, but taking out the boards that tell you when to slow down, that's not nice. Oh, only Scott.
Only Scott would do that.
As I was saying also, yeah, I'll be there on Sunday, but I think I'm just going to sit at the back with the extent of my penalties going into my next race, so I just kind of stay out of everyone's way. I think that's the best thing to do, because there's not much point me getting in everyone's way with the large penalty I've got hanging over me, so I'll use that next race just to get rid of my penalty.
Warrior Huntsman's just come through arena. And into Woodcote, that's the one. And into Cups. Maggots and Beckets for Warrior Huntsman.
Honestly, that tickling in the throat's just doing my head in now.
And into Vale and Club we go with Warrior Huntsman. We're in my number of car, which I'm not gonna say it. And it's a 28 flat. I don't really like how he's wearing my number. That is my number.
I was just responding to the Williams chat again just then.
Not a problem.
I said to him, this is why I've got a spare pad or whatever, you know, just in case. I mean, I run wheel anyway, so I've got my pad, and if my pad dies, I've actually got a backup pad, but the right trigger's a bit dodgy, so I don't really use that. But I have backup options if there was anything to go wrong with my wheel or my pad or anything like that. I've got backup options. So, well, I've got a backup pad.
As
F2.
J-Doy comes round the corner and 1:28.6, which puts him 12th.
So it's not looking like it's going to be good for Williams so far for the weekend.
Well,
You've got
Sociopath then.
Penalty. You've got one with a broken remote that doesn't want to work. So.
And another Williams going very slowly through Maggots and Beckett.
That'll be
Sociopath.
Because we've already lost one Williams, which was Jack Slater anyway, who had a quali ban, so...
As Cammy has just come through Luffield and Woodcote and is heading to Cops. They're in 10th place with a 1:28.5.
I do believe Socio is slow because he's in low fuel mode.
Yes.
He's struggling for about 120 with DRS.
Let's just have a look at tyres. We've got 5 on softs and 10 people on mediums.
Yeah, I think we need to be looking at the drop zone here a little bit though. I mean, we've got Scott and Paranoid have both gone out on soft. Scotty was on mediums actually, so he's obviously not got the pace on the mediums.
As Cammy...
Softs. Paranoid's out for softs as well, who is actually... Is he on the lap? No, he's still on his out lap. I wasn't sure what was going on then, because somebody was getting out of his way.
That would be Cameron Poulter.
Yep, I thought it might be actually. Oh yeah, because he's the only Red Bull. I'm just waiting for that yellow sector 2 to disappear so I can see how much time we've actually got left on the clock.
Yeah, I know. So that may spin Right, but no. That's Steven!
Sorry, I keep
on the back of Armin.
My throat keeps going. Yeah, so we've got Jadoy, who's actually the only McLaren still out there at the minute, and he's actually just come in. So if he's quick and throws on a set of softs, he can get back out. He's currently P13 and going to be out. Matey Boy is actually in the pits and he's in the drop zone, and so is Cammy. So realistically, those three need to come back out again, along with Scotty and Paranoid, who are actually already out.
As Stephen goes on for a 128.1. As I'll go on with Scott, and if you go on Paranoid for...
I'm actually on with Paranoid already, and he was 78,000 faster through Sector 1.
Yeah, Scott's 23,000 quicker in Sector 1. As we now go through Woodcote.
Ooh, that was a little wide there at Cops. Not as wide as I've seen people go, but it was a little wide.
Scott takes Cops very, very cleanly. And into Maggots and Beckett.
And that's 0.3 faster now. That's a 104.1 from Paranoid for Sector 2.
And it's a 104.1 for Scott. And into Stowe. Into Vale.
And he goes
round Club.
7 faster, which is...
As Scott goes 28 flat.
So everybody downwards of P9 now. That's Sociopath, Coolfy, Almond, Mayspin, Cammy, Matey Boy and Jadoy are all out on out laps.
And the first one is going to be Warrior Huntsman for some reason. But I'm just going to stay on with Cammy.
He's kind of not relevant at this point.
I'm going to jump on with Cammy, one of my Mercedes teammates.
Well, I'm actually on board with his Sociopath, so...
As we go through turn 1. And into Arena. As TIG Stephen has retired. Will this bite him on the foot? As Cammy's now a 10th up.
Well, the thing is, it looks like everyone's starting on softs now, apart from Steven. So he's either shot himself in the foot because 2 people go faster than he has, or 3, sorry, because he's in P8, so 2 would get in P10, so 3 would be P11. Which is perfectly possible. I mean, it'd only take Almond, Coolpy and Sociopath all going a 10th or 2 faster. Or even Mayspin, in fact, he's only need a couple of tenths, and they'd all go faster than Steven, which would then in effect knock Steven out of the top 10.
As Cammy's now 4 tenths up, going through Maggots and Beckett and into Stowe. So that's Scott who's caught up with Cammy. Into Vale.
If it's the other Mercedes, yes.
And Club. And Cammy puts in a 127.7. I'll now go on with Mayspin, who is just about to head up to Cops, and TOG Stephen has been knocked out.
I did say it was going to happen, because there was only a few tenths in it.
And into Maggots and Beckett, as Kane Lowry now goes quicker.
That's a good lap time.
And Mayspin has spun on Maggot.
So Mayspin living up to his name again.
Quite dramatically as well.
So what have we got here?
We've got Armin coming up.
Well, I'm watching Sociopath, who is now actually up into P4 with a
into Vale.
27.9.
And it is a 127.6 for Armin.
So Mayspin's invalidated anyway, so he's not going to be going anyway.
Oh,
so
why don't you just take the flag? Oh, he's retired.
Coolpy, Steven, Mayspin, Matey Boy and Jadoy.
You know what? I am thinking about a munch. Now that you said it at the
Cool,
start of
thinking about a
Q2,
munch.
I am thinking about a munch. Let's have a look what I got in my munch drawer, is it?
There we go.
Let's have a look. It's probably just sweets.
It's okay, whilst I was waiting there, I was just quickly sorting out my own check-in for Sunday.
Not a problem.
So as I was saying, yeah, we're losing Cool Pete, TRG Steven, Mason, Mate Boy, and J Boy.
Right.
So, being outside the top 10, they will get their free reign on tyres. The only person inside the top 10 who actually qualified on medium and will start the race on medium is Warrior Huntsman.
Ooh.
Who was P9.
Not
Obviously,
a bad call.
That's not where he's going to start, but he was just about safe there.
That's been now into Q3.
Also says I could use some tow. This was, to go. I'm not too sure why he was out in Q1. Anyway.
No, I think he means on Sunday.
Yeah, it could mean on Sunday. And then he says Williams will dominate the second half of the season. Kane Lowry, he was impressed with Kane Lowry's time, shall we say?
Not bad. As we've got a car coming out, and I believe it is Huntsman. No, it is Kane Lowry.
I'm assuming his next comment was also aimed at Kane Lowry, which was, "You about to win Sunday," with a laughing face. And then someone else, but also, no matter what you get, you've got my support. So I assume that it's one of his fan club.
Yeah.
The Otto Zone.
And Schnitzy is the first one out.
I need to sort out my stuff so I can see what everyone's doing. Of course, everyone's on top, no surprise.
Yep. Definitely one of the Otto Zone.
Like I said, they're now having a conversation amongst themselves. Okay, not entirely sure. FOW, that's that Blue New Soul.
That's Blue and Soul. Yes.
Yes. For some reason, it's just said Forza Ferrari.
He's in the Ferrari.
Okay. I'm just wondering why Forza. I mean, that's a video game. I'm confused.
No.
Unless it actually means something else. And, you know, obviously that's just me thinking video games over words.
It is what Ferrari call themselves. Mm-hmm.
So what that is there is me, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Not very culturalistic, shall we say.
As Schnitzy is now on a fast lap.
Yeah, they're just having an Otto Zone conversation at the minute.
Yeah, leave them. Leave them.
Yeah, they're going for it.
As we now go through arena with Schnitzy.
I'm actually on board with Paranoid. I tell you what, that DRS activate, not the activation zone, the yeah, if you get the DRS or not, it's actually quite early for Sector 1. Like, it's like 3 turns before you actually get onto the DRS straight. But then saying that, Sector 2 is exactly the same, it's just as you're entering Maggots and Beckett's before you get it on the way out. A lot of tracks are actually a lot closer than that.
As we go through Beckett's with Schnitzy.
Yeah, I'm going to say, for example, last week at Hungary, it was like between the penultimate and the last turn. Yeah. Just to get it on the back straight and then on the other straight as well, after turn 1, so... Like
through Stowe with Schnitzy and Vale.
That was a 104.1 from Paranoid for Sector 2. Yeah, they're still having their Osso conversation. Schnitzy with a 27.5.
Now, let's see what Kane Lowry can do. A 128.5 as well.
That's not a lot to separate those two. I hate it when I have to burp mid-conversation. Well, Paranoid's a little off there. That was a 28.3 from Paranoid. Arman's gone in with a 27.8. Interestingly, there's actually 3 teams with both drivers in the top 10 shootout as well. There's Mercedes, Ferrari, and Alfa Romeo.
Yes, and I'm just going to stick on with Scott, actually, as we just come to arena.
I'll go and see how Warrior's doing on his lap, actually. He's just started it. Cameron's done a 27.641 first sector, and he's just come to the end of sector 2. Oh, that was a bit wide coming out of Maggots and Beckett's, and that's a 103.5. That's quite fast. That was a purple middle sector.
Not bad, as Scott is now just coming through Woodcote.
So we've just got the last couple of corners here for Cameron Porter to see what time he's going to put in. 5, 6, 7, 1. 27.1. He's about just under 3 tenths faster than Schnick here this time.
Oh. Scott does a 104.1 in the middle sector.
Tyre system 27.8 first sector. I'm actually going to quickly jump on board with Warrior as well, who's done a 104.8 in the middle sector. And wasn't that what you just said Scott had done as well?
Yes.
104.8.
It's a 28.1.
Really close between Warrior Huntsman and Scott then. That's quite slow though for Scott. I was expecting a little bit more than that. So I'm on board with Warrior, and it's actually saying he's got something wrong with his car, and that's a 29 flat from Warrior.
I'm just going to jump on with Cammy.
That may have been a fuel burner lap from Warrior there. But whatever it was that's wrong with his car, it's now gone away anyway. Unless it was just the thing telling him he hadn't got his ERS on or something like that. In fact, he's still got full ERS.
Who's that?
That's Warrior. He's half a second slower, and he hasn't got his ERS on. But it looks like he's running out of fuel as well, because his light's flashing like mad. But I think he's only put in 1 lap. Yeah, he has just put in 1 lap, and he's on a 29 flat, so he's going to have to get in and back out again.
Let's have a look as he comes through Maggots and Beckett.
So I'll have a quick look back at these comments. So Matey Boy says he's going to win. He's not even in the top 10, so that's going to be a good driver if he does.
Yeah, Huntsman is 1.3 seconds slower.
Yeah, a little bit more of the off-so zone love going on.
Ah. As Matthias is 2 tenths up.
Ooh. That'll put him around about 1 place further up. Oh, as he spins, he's lost it.
Matthias?
Yeah, he's lost it. He's lost it going through Maggots and Beckett's.
Oh.
And of course, because he flew off the lap, he's also invalidated. So I would, if I was him, I think I'd probably pit in and go again. Unless he's got the fuel to keep going, of course, because if you've got the fuel, why not? His fuel light's not flashing, so he may have a bit extra fuel on board.
Yeah.
That would explain why he's in the 28s instead of the 27s, but no, he's pitted. So he'll be looking at going out on a new set of tyres then. Scott's just come in, Warrior's in. In fact, the only person on track currently is Cammy on an outlap.
Ah.
Everybody else is in the pits.
Very nice.
So I've got this sneaking suspicion a lot of those are going to come right back out again in the next minute or so. So they can get one last run at it. As I say that, Cameron Poulter is just starting his outlap.
Is there a point for Cameron coming out?
I don't know, I mean, some of these guys are really fast. I know he's got like just over 3 tenths, but honestly, some of these guys, they could honestly find that extra 3, 4, 5 tenths that they'd need to actually go faster than him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think we're going to break into the 26s. I'll be very impressed if we do. You know, given the fact that we've been pretty solidly in the 27s the entire time we've been through qualifying. So, if we get into the 26s, I will be surprised. But, I mean, it's possible, I suppose.
It is very, very possible, yes.
I mean, all Cameron's got to find is under 2 tenths. So, it's more than possible.
Yeah, I'm just going to stick on with Cammy as he crosses the line.
That's exactly who I'm on with, as Warrior Huntsman and Arman have both come out of the pits now as well, but they are at the end of Sector 1. They're just going around Luffield, so they are plenty ahead and out of the way.
Yeah, as we go through Arena with Cammy.
Is now out as well. Snitsy is out, but he's actually somewhere behind Cameron Porter. I've missed him coming out. He's just got to the end of Sector 2, so there's nobody within touching range of each other.
As Cammy pulls off purple Sector 1.
Yep.
27-3.
Lowry is out as well now, and that must be Paranoid also on his way out. So almost everybody is back out again now.
Yeah. As we now go.
Paranoid's going to have to just be careful because I think Cameron Poulter is. Yep, he's just
go through cops.
And he's going to have to watch his own teammate here. Yep, he's alright. So,
and up the hanger straight.
So, I'm going to have a little, keep an eye on those. So, Sector 1 time, purple.
Purple Sector 2 for Cammy.
1-4-1 from Cameron there. Cameron is less than half a tenth off of breaking into the 26s, and he's only got to the end of the sector. As Snitsy also purpled the first sector, but it did not tell me the time.
Cammy goes P3 with a 1:27.5.
So I'm back on board with Cameron now, see what he does for Sector 2 as he enters Maggots and Beckett's. We could honestly be looking at 26 here if we can hold on to this.
You know, I'll just jump on with him as well.
Through Sector 2 there, but he's still up, and same for Snitsy in fact. Now he's invalidated, so that is Snitsy staying where he is for now. Unless he can get around for another lap, he's got a minute to do it, so that's plenty of time.
As Cameron now coming through Club, and it's a 6 thousandths away!
6 thousandths away from breaking into the 26s, that is very impressive. I mean, he had a bad Sector 2. That was his problem. He lost a little bit of time through Sector 2. If he hadn't have lost the time through Sector 2, he would have been well on for being in the 26s there.
Oh.
He's just retired on track.
Oh.
He literally finished his lap, went round turn 1 and then retired on track.
Oh.
I'm not sure why he's done that. He should have really gone round and back into the pits before retiring.
Yeah.
He hadn't crashed or anything. I was still on board with him when he did it. So I'm not sure what he was doing there. But anyway, we've got Cammy who hasn't improved. Kane Lowry is 41 thousandths faster than himself through Sector 1, and he's just coming to the end of Sector 2.
And he is a 10.5 up.
Just over a 10th up, yeah, and that is a purple middle sector, so... I mean, I don't think he's going to be fast enough to get anywhere near Cameron's time.
As we come to Vale.
Yeah, I'm just watching him come around now.
And Club 1:27.2.
3% faster, that is P2. And
as we're just waiting for Matthias. Oh no.
Invalidated.
So is Matthias.
Invalidated, so that is our top 10.
Kane Lowry's looking very, very quickly for this weekend. So that is our top 10. So we've got Cameron Poulter taking pole, followed by Kane Lowry in second. Snitsy takes third. Cammy takes fourth. Paranoid takes fifth. Sociopath takes sixth. Armand Place takes seventh. Matthias takes eighth. Scotty 15 picks up ninth, and Warrior Huntsman is in 10th.
Okay, so we've had a couple more messages. Teabag said something and then retracted it. I don't know why, and I don't know what he said. It was probably something he shouldn't have. And then he said, word of warning on Sunday, Folly, turn on hot lap. So
oh, Jesus.
Words, he forgot to turn the DRS on.
Oh, Jesus, Teabag.
Also says, even with that, I'm not confident. And Cameron Porter says, got plenty more time to make up, which was about 6 minutes ago. So he did, in fact, make up some time. Just unfortunately, just weren't quite enough. Not to break into the 26s anyway. That's what I meant with that. Because we were talking about getting into it. But honestly, I think if he'd have had another couple of cracks at it, he probably would have broke into the 26s. He just got really unlucky in the middle sector. It kind of chewed him and spat him out in the middle sector. It also did time compared to his best.
Let me now load up.
Right. While we're waiting for those, I am going to make myself a smoke. Oh, formation lap, is it actually turned off today?
I believe so.
I was going to say because I think last week, I think it was Sunday, I think we forgot to turn off the formation lap that we should have had turned off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's just for setting up lights. Right. Yeah, that is lights out.
I did say that was lights out.
Yeah, I thought that was just the starting lights, like, beforehand.
Ooh, the coop is actually started on the whole tire.
Oh! Bit of a crash towards turn 1.
Oh.
That is Warrior Huntsman going around.
Sideways, yeah. I didn't actually see what happened. I just jumped on board with Steven as I saw Warrior Huntsman sideways. So there's already been some shifts in positions.
So at the minute I'm on with Cammy and Paranoid going at it, and no, that is Matthias on the back of them. Cammy
So
and Paranoid are...
1, 2, 3 positions. Jack Slater.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'm getting flashbacks! Oh! Now that is how Hamilton and Verstappen should have done it through cops.
Probably should have been.
Oh! Cammy spun! And Paranoid's in the wall! And Paranoid's lost the front wing!
Yeah, but Paranoid is still going. So currently, Paranoid and Cammy have both lost places. In fact, Cammy's going around in circles again. Would suggest he hasn't let his tyres cool down enough. So predicted pit stop strategy: soft, medium, 10-13, soft, hard, 10-13. Personally, I think I'd go soft, medium.
Cam Porter picks up the fastest lap.
So it is predicting a one-top strategy for this race.
As Colby and May Spinner going at it, as well as Matthias and Sociopath. As Paranoid now comes into the pits, we'll just have a look what tyres he goes on to, and if it's the hards.
I was just answering a message.
It is the mediums. As Mayspin gets past Colby. Oh, that is Scotty 15 going up the inside of left field.
So Paranoid's in the pits. Cammy didn't pit, so he obviously had taken no damage, and that is Paranoid actually onto the mediums.
Yes.
So, question is he going to try and take those to the end of the race?
Probably not.
Brave? Because we've seen people do 24, 25 laps on them before.
Yes, that is true.
Same pit stop strategy: soft, medium, soft, hard. 9-12 this time instead of 10-13. Make your mind up, daft game.
A Sociopath is on the back of Matthias.
So let's go back to what tyres people are on. Steven's all over the back of Matey boy.
Schnitzy picks up the fastest lap.
DRS is going to be activated if it hasn't already.
Yeah, it has been. That is Sociopath going down the inside of turn 1.
Everybody from
Oh, big shunt off Matthias.
That is Sociopath facing the wrong way, and now he's got to wait for a big train of people to go past. Oh, because I was going to say, everybody from about Mayspin or Matthias down, in fact it's now further, everybody from Almond down to Jack Slater are all going to have DRS. Hound
Yes.
is at 1.1 seconds, and Huntsman's half a second behind him.
Wait, he might just get it.
Honestly, if Hound can close up a little bit, and if T-Bag can close up a little bit, everybody from 4th to 18th would be creating a DRS train as Paranoid's out. He's lost it at the chicane at the end of the lap.
Club.
And that was a VSC. I thought Club was the last corner. Not the
Oh
chicane
no, that's Vale. Yeah, that's Vale.
That's Vale. Yeah, he's lost it at Vale then.
As Jack Slater picks up a 5-second penalty with a severe collision. Yeah.
Well, I didn't see that. I'm actually on board with Cammy, who's way at the back, because I was trying to pick up Paranoid, but I couldn't, because he'd already DNF. So we should see his car as we go past with the front runners. No, it just this second disappeared.
As Rhinosaurus avoids a collision with Scotty at Vale. As we got a comment coming through, and that is, let's go easy P18. As Sociopath is now in the pits, and Schnitzy's got a drive-through penalty for speeding under VSC.
Ooh, that's really unlucky there. That means that he got on a little bit just before the VSC ended.
And that is DRS for Ronan Saurus, I believe.
Yeah, DRS will be active straight away now because it was a VSC and not a full safety car.
Yeah, that's what I wasn't sure of. Thank you, Colin.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Because it was only a VSC and not a full safety car, DRS is instantly active the second the VSC ends. And then goes very wide at cops. Yeah,
so does Ronan.
That confuses me a little bit too, but it is. If it's VSC, it's instantly active again. If it's a full safety car, it's 3 laps, same as the start of the race.
As Ronan Saurus picks up track limit penalty and is very closest to the back of Scott.
Now,
as the hardstyle says, come on also, get in there. And that is Ronan Saurus getting past Scotty 15, and we will have a look at also who is right on the back of T-Bag.
Yep. He should get a good run when they get to the DRS if he doesn't get there first. Because they're both on the same tyres as well.
Yeah. Was that you having a smoke I can hear?
Yep, that was just me lighting the smoke. I was starting to roll at the start of the race, and then I got distracted with messages from admin in the start of the race and never actually got round to rolling the smoke. So I've now done that, and that was me lighting it with my Zippo. That's what you can
Good.
Because that's me me with my Zippo lighter. If you hear that sound, that's a Zippo lighter.
Nice. And
nothing better than a proper Zippo.
Also does have DRS, and as we go to Luffield, is he gonna pull off a bit of a move? No, he doesn't.
Both Sociopath and Hound have pitted for the hard tyres. So they are probably looking to go to the end now.
Probably. Schnitzy is 8/9 away from Cameron.
To be fair, as much as I hate hard tyres, I would probably do the same if I had to pit this early.
Schnitzy has no ERS, which might suggest that he's going to come in for his drive-through.
If he's got a drive-through, you want to take that early. Most people do. I mean, he's not.
Yeah, he is in.
Yeah, because it's not going to be full pit stop window, so it will be shorter than a full pit stop. So he'll probably come out, I would say, on the back of that train in the middle.
I'm going to go in between Matey Boy and Warrior Huntsman.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, somewhere around about there. I was thinking more between Warrior Huntsman and Jack Slater. It's now Schnitzy because actually Warrior Huntsman's overtaken him. But sorry, Schnitzy's come out behind Warrior Huntsman. I didn't think he'd dropped this far back. That's taken a lot longer than I expected. I expected somewhere between Warrior Huntsman and Jack Slater because there's a little bit of a gap.
Jump on with Scott, who's got J-Doy and Mayspin for company. Are we going to go 3 wide into left field? No.
I've just jumped on board with Arman, who is sitting about 6/10 off the back of Matthias at the minute. Just seems to be holding ground at the minute.
As Scotty 15 is on the back of Mayspin, and Colby, no, and J-Doy is looking to go side by side through Maggots and Beckett.
Mayspin's just picked up a 3-second penalty.
And it's a drag race for J-Doy and Scott up to Stowe.
Everybody there behind Scott has got DRS. In fact, no, Scott's got DRS as well.
And J-Doy going down the inside of Scott. Some very nice racing.
He ran wide there. This is a great view. I'm on board with Scott and I'm on his front wing and all I can see is the back end of that McLaren. He was basically chewing his gearbox coming through that turn.
And I'm going to jump on with Ronan Taurus, who is on the back of Mayspin.
Mayspin, yeah. Arman's still sitting about half a second off Matthias there. He's just kind of holding his ground. So Warrior.
As T-Bag picks up a 3-second time penalty for track limits.
Yeah, people are just getting violated with track limits at the minute. That's Warrior Huntsman ahead of Stephen.
Yes.
Looks too difficult for him to do. He must have just got a better run out of turn 4 there.
Which is Arena.
They both had DRS as well, so I think he just got a better run because he's on the medium tyres, as Cammy picks up 3 seconds now as well.
And into Woodcote we go.
That was a view and a half. Christ. I jumped on board with Warrior and I ended up on the curb just as he went over it. It was like the car was coming at my face. Nice. That was a bit of a view. But there will be a little DRS train going on here, going down the back straight. Yeah. And as that is Matey Boy going down the inside of Colby. He's going to actually try and go around the outside by the looks of it to the inside for the chicane.
And now is Huntsman going to try and... Oh, Matey Boy just keeping that place by the looks. Jesus, yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
Like the car's kind of running your face over.
Yeah. As Colby is trying to defend off. Oh, that is TIG Stephen going round the outside.
That would put him on the inside now as well.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a sheer drag race.
Oh, Huntsman getting the best launch by the looks.
Yeah, he's had a great run out of that corner now for the last couple of laps. And that's Jack Slater sitting on the back of them as well.
And that's Mayspin going down the line.
Yep,
he's off at Luffield.
He's off at Luffield.
As Cammy's getting a bit closer, Schnitzy, at the back.
And they are on the same tyres, same laps, so...
As Cammy has...
All Hound and Sociopath can do now, on those hard tyres, is just try and catch the pack.
Yeah.
Because everybody ahead of them's still got to stop yet. So they've just got to effectively wipe out a pit stop. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to the end on those tyres.
Most probably. So if I have a look at the gap...
about 17 seconds off, so I think he'll only pick up 2 or 3 places. Actually, Cammy has now made that move on Snitsy. Under the DRS.
Yeah.
That is a done deal by the looks of it.
Yeah, it is a done deal. As Mayspin's in the pits, yeah.
So he's on the medium tyre, so I would be guessing he'll now go on to the hards.
Yep, it is the white striped hard tyre. A Scotty 15.
And he's taken a penalty 2 maybe, or that was a very slow stop. Very, very slow stop. So that's Sociopath up a position, as I said, to be making some ground there.
Yeah. As J-Doy is right on the back of Ronansaurus, and is he going to go down the in? No, he just slots in front of Ronansaurus into Maggots and Beckett.
Yeah, Hound may have had a spin or something because he seems to have lost a lot of ground. He was only maybe 10 seconds behind Sociopath. There's now about 20 seconds between them.
As Ronas comes back, as Ronansaurus comes back to J-Doy with the DRS, going up towards Stowe.
Arman, at some point, has actually made a move on Matthias, who is now just behind him. He's on his gearbox. So we could be looking at another move into the DRS for turn 4 or 5, whichever way you look at it.
That's turn 5, if you mean arena.
Yeah, I'm thinking them coming out of turn 4 as they are now, and they're going to get the DRS at turn 5, so he's probably having another go at him here. He's half a second gap. Now he has his DRS and DRS open.
And that is Matey Boy who's gone round.
Yep.
Oh, that was close.
Right inside there. And to be fair to Arman, he didn't even open his ERS, so... Ooh, that was a bit wide from Matthias as well. That's another 3-second penalty for Scott.
That's his first, isn't it?
No, that's his second, I believe.
Yes, it is his second.
So he is not having much luck with the track limits there. But he's not the only one, because Ronansaurus has got 3, Warrior Huntsman's got 3, Stephen's got 8, Jack Slater's got 5, Osso's got 3, Teabag's got 3, Cameron's
Jack Slater's got 3.
Jack Slater has actually got 8. He had 5 already. He's now got 8.
Oh yeah, he had a collision with Stephen.
Yes, he did. And depending whose fault that was, there may be time to come off of one of those later, but that's obviously a job for the stewards, not us. So,
yeah.
Arman is in the pits,
as is J-Doy.
J-Doy as well, so I'm just watching Arman come in now and see what he's going to put on, and then I'll drop to J-Doy and see what he goes for.
J-Doy's putting on mediums.
J-Doy's putting on mediums, I've just seen it on our Arman's screen. And so is Arman, by the looks of it. He's going on the mediums.
Yeah.
So, yep, and J-Doy's on the mediums, and they are on their way back out again.
As the little DRS train again.
No, he didn't pit to begin with.
Oh no, he didn't.
On those shops, and then he had a spin, but he didn't pit because he picked up no damage. So he's now just pitted for the mediums.
Right.
So everybody above P13 has yet to pit.
Yes.
And my guess is that the last of those will be Coolpy in P7 currently, who was very wide there coming out of Cops. And has just made a move on Scott for P6. He'll be the last because he is on the hard tyres.
Yeah.
So he'll probably not pit until about lap 18 or 20, I would say. And then just absolutely thrash a set of softs to the end.
As Stephen and Scott are in the pits, and Matthias.
Yeah, I meant to say Ronansaurus, but the names were changing as I said it, and Osso's picked for 3 seconds. Yep, so everybody from Cameron down has pitted mediums. Kane Lowry's mediums. Who else we got? Matthias has gone mediums. Stephen has got mediums, but he's taken a penalty.
Yeah, everyone's jumping on the mediums.
Scott's gone on the mediums as well, so yeah, everyone's on the mediums there. So Snitsy, Jack Slater and Ronansaurus are the last people left on softs to pit.
Yes.
Probably all pit for the mediums, I would suggest. Matey Boy, Teabag, Osso and Warrior Huntsman, who has just put a move on Ronansaurus, are going to be coming in a little bit later than these guys. I would guess Ronansaurus, Jack Slater and
that is Cammy round.
Ooh, again?
Yeah, turn 1.
He's not having much luck tonight, Cammy, as Warrior picks up a 3-second penalty. Is that an additional or is that his first? Let's have a look. No, that is 6 seconds.
As Huntsman and Warrior, yeah. As Rhinoceros jumps into the pit.
Which I did say he probably would. My next one will be Jack Slater. Yep, he's in. And I'll be surprised if Schnitzy doesn't do the same thing when he gets there. Hounds just picked the 3-second penalty for track.
Yep, Schnitzy's in.
So let's have a look, see what happens with tyres. So that is a mediums going on Rhinoceros.
And it is all mediums for those boys.
Mediums for Schnitzy and Jack Slater as well. We can just see them as the Williams is rolling down the pit lane. Because the Williams is the furthest away you can possibly imagine from the entrance to the pit lane. And I know this from experience.
Yeah. As do I.
I'm now into my second season of it.
Oh, as Teabag's on the back of Matey Boy. Going into Woodcote.
Yeah, you've got it the other way around. You're Mercedes, so your start is at the start of the pit lane, and then you from all the way down forever and a day to get out of the pit lane again. Yeah,
but in the league that I was in before CDR, I was a Williams boy.
Ah.
Some nice little knowledge there from myself.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So yep, the closest battle at the minute is Teabag on the back of Matey Boy.
Yeah.
But everyone above Teabag at this point, so Teabag, Matey Boy, also Coolty and Warrior Huntsman all have stops to make yet.
Yeah.
So as it stands, Cameron Porter is actually the lead driver. Because he's actually already made his stop, so...
Very well timed, actually.
Yeah, I mean, he's only a couple of seconds off of the back of Teabag, who's just dropped off a little bit off the back of Offical.
As Cameron...
Boy there. Yep, Cameron Porter with the fastest lap. It's all just gone a little bit quiet. Saying that,
it has.
He's looking very close to the back of Sociopath.
Aha.
And of course, Sociopath is on 9-lap-old hards now as well, so Rhinoceros on fresh mediums. This may not be the most difficult of overtakes. I'm
still on with Teabag, who's kind of dropped off a bit as Matey Boy now.
Yeah, Matey Boy
goes 9/10, yeah.
Teabag and Osso are around about the same pace there. Matey Boy's just kind of closed the gap on Osso a little bit and left Teabag behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rhinoceros was thinking about a move there. Headed for left field, but
as Teabag's now slowly creeping that gap down. But no doubt, Matey Boy is gonna have DRS on also.
Well, Sociopath is really using his DRS to stay ahead of Rhinoceros here.
Ooh.
He's got 5% left and Rhinoceros has got 35%, which obviously because he's above the 20% window, he's going to have a little bit more power as well.
Yeah.
Yep, and Socio's on it again with the ERS. He's used a little bit in main back, and he's now down to 3%.
Ooh.
No,
as Cam Porter goes quicker again.
Yeah, Cameron's gone 29.7. So let's see what else is happening. Matey Boy is.
I've been on with Matey Boy for a while.
Yeah, he's just.
Him and also is really scrapping it out there at 4 P3.
Yep, and that is move done, I think. Yep, that is move done.
So we have a couple comments coming through as well.
Yeah, I've been ignoring the comments again. Sorry. So I've completely missed it since. Lurchy started commenting. Thought this was tier 3 for a second. Obviously, he's got his days mixed up. Also, Hound Paranoid Kane Lowry. That's why he thought it was tier 3.
As Teabag and Cameron are having a little bit of a outing at the races, shall we say?
Just having a conversation there.
Yeah.
We haven't really missed anything. It's just that Lurchy thought that this was a tier 3 for a second because of all the tier 3 drivers that are currently out on track.
As Otto is now in the pits.
Yep.
I hate the speed limit of
10
this
laps
pit
to
lane.
go. That has to be soft tyres.
Should be.
I think.
Yep,
Kulfi
it
will
is.
go for, yep. I think Kulfi will go for maybe a few more laps, maybe 3 or something like that, and then he'll drop in for those softs as well because, you know, I mean, if they'll do 10 or 12 laps, you may as well stick 8 on them and absolutely thrash them. You know?
Exactly.
Rather than staying on the slower hard tyre.
Just whack him on a bit quick and off you go.
Yeah, I think that's what Teabag and Warrior Huntsman are going to probably do as well. Maybe Matey Boy, they're just going to kind of just stay out a little bit longer on those mediums and then maybe stick on their softs.
What I'm quite surprised about is lap 16 and we've not had a safety car.
No, we've only had a VSC and that was when Paranoid crashed, so... I mean, Cam is DNF since then. I didn't actually see it happen, I don't know what happened there, but...
I'm not sure either.
No, I was going to say he's kind of had a bit of a...
Mayspin's now in the pits. With Hammond just coming onto his gearbox, and Huntsman is in the pits.
Yep, that is Warrior Huntsman in, so he'll be on for a set of softs as well then.
Yeah, and that is Colby into P1, and Cameron P2.
Yeah, but Colby, Teabag, and have got to make pit stop. Cameron's already
Matey Boy has pitted as well.
And that's Matey Boy who's just picked up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. There is some rather large penalties going to play into this tonight. Scott's
there
on
are.
11. Osso's on 9, and the rest are on 3s and 6s.
Ooh.
And 5 as well, and Matey Boy.
As Mayspin leaves, could you possibly send him an invite for me?
Yep, I can do that.
I'll just stay on with the Matey Boy, just see where he comes out. And it is behind Schnitzy.
Play together, that's what I was looking for. When it loads. Mayspin. There we go. And that's an invite out to Mayspin.
Cheers. And Ronosaurus is on the back of the gearbox got. So just go on board with him a minute.
Right, so while you're watching Ronosaurus, then I'll keep an eye on
As Ronosaurus picks up another 3 seconds.
Yeah, Sociopath's actually right on the back of Stephen as well, but Stephen is on fresh mediums. He's only put 4 laps on him. Sociopath's 12 laps on these hards now. But he will have DRS.
Ronosaurus is
using it all.
Yeah, he is really banging out his ERS, and he's going to try it around the outside of Scott, but he can't quite make it.
I was on about Sociopath. He was using his ERS through Maggots and Beckett to try and close the gap a little bit more on Stephen, but...
And that is him down the inside. Ronosaurus has gone down the inside of, I believe, it is Vale. He went down the inside, and it was, yeah. Scott's now going to go back down the inside and really has to go wide.
Big corner cut there from Scott as well, trying to ensure that there was no contact. I think one went wide and one went narrow, and they left the back car's width between them.
If Stephen was there.
Yeah.
And Scott picks up another penalties.
He's not having a good night for penalties now. That
he is not.
Seconds, he's going to have to watch it, because if he picks up many more penalties, he will be looking at a DSQ.
Yeah, we have got 8 laps left as well.
Yeah. And I think 28 seconds, so he's only halfway there, but he's not having any luck.
As I've lost my timings.
Yep, I was going to say.
And Colby's in the pits. Colby's in the pits.
Yeah, Colby's in the pits, and Stevens just picked up a 3-second time penalty for running wide again.
So as you said, 8 laps.
And Stephen has got Scott all over the back of him, but they've both got DRS. And there's Sociopath behind. Oh, Osso's gone.
Osso's gone.
Yep, Osso has gone.
And that is not a safety car.
No, that is Coming out of Maggots and Beckett's just as he got into the DRS, he seems to have lost it. There's nobody close enough to see what's actually happened before his car disappears, because Hound's the closest and he's
Stevens
coming through Cop.
Colby's picked out a very good place. He is now on the soft tyre with Steven just behind him.
He is doing very well there. Yeah, the car's just disappeared as Hound approached it, but it was just on the outside of the end of Maggots and Beckett's.
Oh.
Rhinosaurus is just coming back out of the pits now for a set of softs.
And Warrior Huntsman is right on the back of Arman.
And that's Stephen around the outside of Scott, heading for Cops. Yep, and they both made it around the outside of Cops as well. So he's made that move stick. So
and that's what Lewis and Verstappen should have done.
Oh, there was a good fair bit of space between them. Stephen actually went a little bit wide coming out of Cops to make sure that there was no kind of contact.
And we've just had a comment come through.
Right on the back of Orman as well.
And that is from also. Well.
And that. You know what that is? You don't want to pick up points for Red Bull.
No. As Sociopath is now on the back of Scott.
I'm actually just on board with Warrior Huntsman, who has Kane Lowry, his teammate, only 1.8 seconds behind, and he is 0.2 less. DRS has helped him here, and he is on the outside, but ahead of Arman. He's now into P2.
6 laps to go. I think we should start our drive of the day.
He's got 8 seconds to find on Cameron Poulter, though, if he wants to try and win this race.
With penalties, he's got to find 10 seconds.
Well. Oh, has he actually got more penalties than...
Yes.
No? Yes, he has, sorry, yeah. Sorry, man.
He needs to find 10 seconds.
I read that the wrong way around then, yeah. So he's actually got to get ahead by 3 seconds. So yeah, I was just going to say Kulpi as well. He's all over the back of Jadoy. Coming through Maggots and Beckett. So he's going to make that move now, going on to the DRS straight at the end of sector 2.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
No problem. Matey boy, 3-second penalty.
But as I said, I think we should start our Try the Day nominations. If Warrior Huntsman can stick it in P2, 8 places made up, 10th to 2nd or 3rd.
I think we're going to have to wait until the end because there's so many penalties, it's hard to even tell where people are going to finish.
Yeah.
And it is, I mean, yeah, Warrior's up
a fair amount of places, but he's
as hands out.
He's
going into Maggots and Beckett.
He's lost it from that Cops.
Ah, yeah, going into Maggots and Beckett, I meant. And that is not a safety car?
No.
No.
Yeah, he lost it coming out of Cops by the looks of it.
Ah.
So,
as Warrior Huntsman now gets DRS from Mayspin.
To be honest with you, as it stands at the minute, Huntsman's up 8 places to P2, but he has more penalties. Jadoy has no penalties and he is up 8 positions as well to P7. Jack Slater started at the back and is up 9 positions. So, as he then, as I say, Jadoy picks up a 3-second penalty. And I think he's also lost a place as well. He's now only up 7.
Colby is up 5.
Yeah, Colby's
in
up
6.
5, Stevie's up 5, Teabag's up 5. Yeah, I mean, it's, if you look in terms of positions, the game's going to say Jack Slater because Jack Slater's on 9 positions up. But if you look in terms of penalties as well,
Colby's a good shout.
Yeah.
Hard soft.
Jack Slater's not going to lose position because the guys behind him have actually already got more penalties than he does.
Yeah.
So he's not going to lose anything there. So, like I said, the game will say Jack Slater because he's not a million miles off of the top 10 there.
No.
But at the minute, I would say Warrior Huntsman. But then it depends how his penalties are going to play out as well. I mean, he's got...
And Vonosaurus is now out. That is turn 1.
See if I can grab whoever's behind him. May Spin is a million miles away, so...
It will be Cameron Poulter.
He's going to come through first, so yeah.
And the car disappeared.
He's obviously lost it out of turn 1. I know how that feels, I did that last season.
I did as well. Oh, very close from Scott and J-Dot as Scott pulls it around the outside of Vale.
So Warrior is catching up as Sociopath picks for 3-second penalty. Scott is now 17 seconds as well as penalty, so he's effectively looking at P14.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's quite that far down because the guys behind him have got penalties as well. Schnitzy, Make the Boy have got 8 apiece, Teabag's got 6, so I think he's probably looking at P12. I think I would say 11 or 12 there because the guys behind him have only got 3 seconds. So he's going to go 9, 10, yeah, he'll probably P11, I would think. So he's not had a great look with penalties.
As J-Dot is now defending from Sociopath, who is closing the gap.
I mean, Warrior's doing okay at the minute. He's not going to lose P2 as it stands because he's over 3 seconds ahead of Arman, and Arman has 3 seconds himself. So by about 3/10, he's actually going to keep hold of his P2, and he's closing the gap on Cameron and Poulter as well. So I don't think he's doing it fast enough, so he's not going to take the win, but I think he's going to hold on to P2 there. So
he's got 2 laps to get 8 seconds.
Yeah, unless of course Cameron was to pick up another penalty of his own, in which case he'd only have to close at 5 and actually overtake. But I don't see it happening unless something went seriously wrong with Cameron there. So, but yeah, I mean, I'd still say Warrior at this point, as it stands.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I know he only had it a couple of weeks ago, but, you know, and we do like to get different drivers up there if we can. But he's had a pretty good drive, pretty quiet. I mean, he's had a few battles, nothing, you know, extensive, no long battles or anything. I mean, to be honest, I think Sociopath's done really well as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not just saying that because he's a Williams teammate, but he had a massive off right at the beginning of the race. And he's been on those hard tyres for 19 laps, so by the end it'll be 21. And he's crept back into the top 10. So, I mean, he's had a pretty good drive too, you know, in terms of a recovery drive. It's not a podium, but, you know, he's still well within the points again after an early spin. So, I mean, he's someone you'd have to look at, but
yeah.
Warrior's just picked up another 3 seconds, so he's just lost P2 to actually his teammate now, who has overtaken Arman. So he's actually lost it there. In fact, he may even go P4 because of his penalties. So we may have to rethink this. He's now on 9 seconds, so Arman's on 3 and has to be within 6 seconds of him. He's currently 5.1. So Kane Lowry's looking at P2, Arman's looking at P3 right now.
Where did Kane Lowry start? Second.
Yes. So he'll be looking at ending where he started, as Teabag picks up 3 seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd still be up 6 places. Cameron and Kane Lowry are going to be exactly where the start of the race.
Yeah.
Arman's up a few places. It's really difficult to call it out. I mean, Sociopath's still down 4 places, but as I said, he had that early spin because of I think he said he had a bit of contact with, was it Matthias or someone?
Yeah.
So, you know, he was effectively at the back of the grid at that point, and he's managed to make 10 places back. I mean, J-Doy's not had a bad race. He's at 6 places. He's P9. You know, he's had a fairly quiet night. I mean, Kulpi's done well. He's gone from his hards to soft strategy, and that seems to have worked out. He's now into P5.
Oh, Armand had a little bit of an off going through club.
Yeah, and Armand's had a bit of an off, so Kulpi's picked up that position, so he's now 6 places. I mean,
and Colby actually started 11th as well.
Yeah, and he is within the 3-second window of Matthias as well, so he's actually going to pick up P4 from Matthias.
So 7 places.
Saying that, hold on. 5, no he's not. I was going to say, yeah, look, we're Warrior Huntsman as well. We need 9 seconds on Huntsman, and I think he's just outside the 9-second window. 5, 8, 7, 8, 9, about 9-4. If he could make up about half a second, he'd actually take
P3
P4 from Matthias and then P3 from Warrior Huntsman.
Oh,
He could be looking at a podium if he can find half a second.
I reckon he can. As I get a wicked helicopter view coming out of Beckett. And he is up 4 thousandths of a second already.
I mean, Kane Lowry's still 6 off, that's 8.
So we'll just watch as he goes through Vale and Club.
Huntsman's going to drop, we know that.
Yeah.
Is he going to hold him to P3 or can Kulpi make it back on him?
Not quite.
2/10.
Oh.
2/10. That's all he needed and he couldn't find it. And Scott gets 5 seconds for an unserved penalty. Matey Boy's going to drop when he comes across the line as well. He's got 11 seconds.
Yeah.
So, oh, I'll tell you something actually.
What's that?
I just noticed. Sociopath. He did start P6 after all the penalties. He finished P7 after that early spin.
Oh.
So that's one.
Huntsman for driver of the day.
Huntsman. I'm surprised by that. I thought it'd be somebody with more places picked up than Huntsman, but I mean, I know we were looking at Huntsman, but I know he's still got the podium. He had a lot of penalties, and I mean, he didn't have a bad drive.
No. But that is our.
That on the podium there. I mean, Kulpi's done very well. That's another.
Yeah, no penalties. Into 4th,
no
hard soft.
Up to P4. From 11th up to P4, so that's 7 position change.
I'd say the Colby or Huntsman.
I'd say either Kulpi or Sociopath, based on the fact that Sociopath had a very good recovery drive after that early spin. I know it's not a podium, and he did start 1 place ahead of where he finished, but he also ended up spinning right at the start of the race. So I would say Kulpi or Sociopath, but based on the fact that we're both saying Kulpi or someone else, I would say let's go
Kulpi. Yeah. So it is Kulpi for driver of the day for a one-stop strategy off the hards to softs, picking up P4 after starting 11th. That's not a bad drive, and no safety cars tonight.
No, we had 1 VSC and no safety cars. So that's actually really good driving from everyone in general.
Well done from Tier 2. I've been CDR Ninja, I've been joined by Mechanical, and we'll see you back out on track on Sunday.